Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, I'm just like you. I don't want to be spending 500 plus a year just to have a credit card with American Express. But I will tell you, there are 5 American Express cards that I like, all right? And they have a benefit to them. The first one is the American Express Blue Cash and the American Express Business Plus cards. Now, the reason that I like those cards, and you should seriously consider, because they are revolving cards. By the way, all of these cards I'm talking about, except for one, is a revolving card. But here's the thing about it, that for 12 months, you don't have to pay any interest on any purchases. Okay, so that's the reason that I like these here two cards. Now, with American Express Blue Cash, what it is that they'll give you a $250 statement credit after you spend $3,000 on the card over 90 days, over 3 months, right? So basically, you paying your rent and your car payment every month using a card in order to qualify for that. All right. Now, remember, like I said, this is a revolving card, so you don't have to pay it all off at once. Now, in reference to the the Business Plus Blue Cash card, with this here card, all right, they give you 15,000 points. Okay. Now, again, you have to spend $3,000 within 90 days, but at the same time, you're getting those points. And again, it's a revolving card, right? So that's the reason that I like these here two cards. Now, the next card is the Marriott Bonvoy card. Now, here's the thing about it, why I like this Bonvoy card. The reason is because they give you 150,000 points. If you haven't signed up for any of the Marriott cards or anything like that, and within a certain time frame, you can get up to 150,000 points. Now, here's the cool part about it. You have to spend up to $6,000, but that's over a 6-month period. So basically, you have to spend at least $1,000 a month on the card. So that's basically your rent, okay? Or for most people, a car payment that you're using a card for to get that. Now, the next card I would tell you is the Hilton Honors card. Now, you get $75,000 points for it. Now, you have to spend $8,000 within a 6-month time period. So you're looking at what? About an extra $200, $150, $200 on that card, right? Now, here's the thing about it. I want you all to understand. The reason that I like these cards, before I tell you about the other two, because you're really going to like those, the reason that I like these cards is because with American Express, once you have an American Express card, the majority of the time, not 100% guaranteed, but majority of the time, they're not going to do a hard pull on your credit, okay? And so that way you can have multiple cards. Now, for some people, they may be wondering, like, why I'm not talking about the Platinum card or the American Express Gold card. Again, because I really don't see why would a person want to spend an extra, and I have the American Express Platinum card, to be transparent with you, but at the same time, me spending $695 for a card, it's just ridiculous, and granted that you can call a recon to request that they waive the fee, and they usually would do that at least one time. Sometimes people will overdo it and they'll do it back to back or whatever, and you can mess around and get your card closed down anyway. So that's the reason. But here's the thing about the charge cards that you all need to understand. When they approve you for a charge card and you use that card, I don't care if it's $5. If you use that card and put $5 on that card, when it reports to the credit bureau, it's going to look like the card is maxed out. That's the reason I don't like using the charge cards, because whatever you use it on, no matter the amount, once it reports to the credit bureau, it's going to look like it's maxed out. Now, with American Express, many of you all know that usually they're going to pull your Experian and your TransUnion once you start, okay? But if you're already existent, they won't do that. They're going to do internal scoring, all right? Now, here's the thing about it. I tell people all the time, even if you have a charge card, they tell you, hey, you can check your spending limit. please be careful with that, because if you check your spending limit, especially with the charge cards, multiple times, it will trigger a financial review. So what that means is that they're going to want your taxes. They're going to want pay stubs. Now, here's one way that you can actually get around the financial review is when you first join with American Express, you hook up your bank accounts that you're actually going to pay the bills with. So that way they can go in it from time to time to see if you qualify for a credit increase. Okay. Now, here's something else that's for some of you all, you may not know in terms of getting a credit limit increase. You always want to stay under that 3 times. Okay. So if you got a $5,000 credit card with them, you only want to go up to 3 times that amount. All right. Other than that, it goes into review. Again, that means you're going to be forced to maybe show more proof of income. By the way, if those of you that need pay stubs to show proof of income, click the link in the description. All right. But that's very important. Now, the other 2 cards I wanted to tell you about with American Express, like the American Express Plum card. Many business owners, they are not really aware of this card. And the reason that I like this card, and I would choose this over the Platinum or the Gold, because you get 60 days without paying any interest on the balance. 60 days. So that's a net term 60. Okay. So you have 60 days to pay it in full without being charged any interest. Now, if you pay it sooner than that, they will give you a discount. All right. So that's the reason that I like that card. Now, one other card, and I think this was one of their easier cards to get approved for, is the Gold Delta Amex card. It's real easy to get approved for. And usually I have seen people with a 640, 660 credit score get approved for this here card. You can get approved for this card. Now, here's the thing about it, so you understand that when you apply for this card, they do offer 55,000 points. Okay. So if you're into traveling and stuff like that, you can use this here card to gain points and stuff like that. However, you do have to spend at least $4,000 in the first 6 months. Now, here's a trick that you can actually do, is that in terms of like when tax season come around and stuff, you know, you have a tax bill and stuff like that, you can apply for the card then pay your taxes with it, right? So when you pay your taxes with it, whatever the overage is, then the IRS is going to send that money back, right? So that's one of the ways that can help you to pay down some of your credit card debt. Now, another way to help you to pay down your credit card debt is going to your HR, okay? So when you go to your HR, you want to request that you file exempt from 3 to 4 months. And so by you filing exempt for 3 to 4 months, what ends up happening is that you won't be charged, you won't have any federal taxes taken out of your check. That way you bring home a larger paycheck, and that way you can help pay more of your bills. Now, if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.